All right. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Lifting, Running, and Living with your favorite coaches
Yeah.
still.
Uh-huh.
That's Kelly. There you go.
Hi.
Hey, and
Mm.
JK, that is me. All right. We are going to give you part two
Uh,
of,
Unintentional part two.
yeah, unintentional part two of our favorite and least favorite exercises
Yep.
by movement pattern
Yep.
/ focus area. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I forgot we can also, since we're doing part two, we can add cardio
Mm.
this time
Oh, yeah. Okay.
to the end because
Got that in
we
there.
ran out
Okay.
of time for
Yes.
cardio. For anyone who listened to the previous episode, what happened was my microphone disconnected at 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
you all only got to listen to some of our conversation. So we're going to
Yeah.
have it again today for the ones that were missed. And we're going
Cool.
to add cardio because we couldn't add it last time.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So before getting into today's main training topic, per the usual, let's do a couple of updates. So, Kelly, what's going on with you?
Yeah. So my updates since we last chatted, my parents came to visit. They were here for a week. They got here. It was over the last release date of our podcast, actually.
Okay.
They were in town to help out my brother because they were going to a wedding, so they were watching my niece.
Oh.
No babies at the wedding. I don't know if that was a rule. Just weren't taking her. Uh,
Hmm.
so they made a trip out here. But then I took a day off, so I got to hang out with them and took them up to. Have I talked about the Georgetown train on the podcast before?
Is that the same one that you did maybe over a holiday or winter-ish type deal
We
before?
did it 2 years ago. We did it I can't remember if we did it for our anniversary or just around our anniversary, and then we went again with our friends for Halloween.
Okay, that does sound familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I took my parents there, and it was such good timing because the leaves were peaking. Uh, for those unfamiliar, it's fall here in the States. And in Colorado, there's always a map of like when everything's going to peak, the colors changing. So we got lucky the weekend they were here. We actually went on a Monday to try to avoid traffic, which ended up not happening. Apparently, everyone else had the same idea. So it
Oh,
was,
that's always
we,
nice.
we spent so many hours on 70, uh, which was, under normal circumstances would be frustrating, but it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it's a little train ride. It starts in Georgetown, which is a mountain town close to the tunnel for those familiar with 70 West in Colorado. And it's I think they used to use it and it just goes up to Silver Plume and back, but it's just a really fun, like not normal activity to do, especially for people who haven't done it. And I try to get all my friends to do it because I'll ride that thing so many times.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, you might like it. I don't really know actually your preference for train rides.
Yeah, I don't know if
It's
it's
short.
part of, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not very long. And
Hmm.
depending on when you go, I think the winter ones are nice because we could see all of the lights are set up for like the Christmas rides coming up.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
want to do one of those eventually. But yeah, very nice visit with them. They got to finally use our completed bathroom because last
Oh,
time they were
yeah.
here, yeah, last time they stayed with us was April when the bathroom was not complete yet. So that was
Gotcha.
unfortunate, but uh yeah, what else? That was basically that. Shout out mom and dad. Always
Word.
love hanging out with them. And then my two more updates. One,
Okay.
what is today? We're almost at my brother's
Tuesday.
marathon.
Okay.
So,
What's the
getting
date
very
for that?
excited. October 18th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hella close. Okay.
I know. I fly out next week, so I'm like really hoping the government is not still shut down at that point, or
Mm.
that it doesn't impact flying too much,
Hmm.
which could go either way. But that's exciting. He just did his longest run. He ran 18 miles, which is the farthest he's ever gone. So very excited for
Nice.
him and to be out there. And then my final update It's remember how I told you I got adjustable kettlebells?
Mhm. I think.
I have maxed out on single leg RDLs on them now.
Oh,
For
yeah?
I usually do 8 reps. That's my
Okay.
sweet spot right now.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and they go up to 24 kilograms, and I can do 8 on my single leg, which is
Oh,
it's
snap.
cool. Yeah, it's cool to think about because before I had these adjustable kettlebells, my heaviest, like, non-barbell weight was
Yeah.
30 pounds, and that's what I would use for the single leg RDL, so very cool to see the gains, you know?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know from the last episode, I enjoy myself a good single leg movement.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Yeah, especially those. Very nice.
Yeah, there you go. Remind
Yeah.
me, is that a is that like a B stance or like a ballerina? Like the back leg is coming
The
off
back
the
leg
ground
goes up.
complete?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That's balance too. Yikes.
Well, I usually use support. Like,
Oh,
I'll
like
just I'll
put
touch
one
the side
hand
of my
out,
rack. Yeah.
whatnot? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 'Cause I'm pretty sure that trying to go heavier and the balance is what made my hamstring hurt back a year ago when it was bothering me with that exercise.
Okay.
So I'd rather just go heavier and just, like, work on balance.
Yeah.
I do them without support as part of my warm up with just body weight,
Yep.
um, to work on a little balance, and, like, obviously, I can do other things if I really wanna focus on balance, but yeah. I want some strong hamstrings, you know? They are a frequent injury area for runners, especially
Yeah.
runners doing speed work, so
Facts. Do you do the B stance version, or sometimes called like kickstand or staggered stance at all?
I've never really liked them. They just don't
No?
they feel uncomfortable.
Okay. That's
But
fair.
I will say I've mostly tried B stance with a barbell, and that just feels super unnatural because the bar obviously is you can't adjust it. You can't, like, adjust your
Your
hands.
hands. Yeah. Yeah.
They have to be in front of you, which is, like, a little weird with B stance. Like, I'd rather have them people
Yeah.
can't see me, but, like, next to my legs
Right.
in more of a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally get where you're coming from with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
cool. Well,
maybe I'll throw it in my routine soon and try it out.
so the other day, this would be probably yesterday, I think it was. I put a poll on my Instagram stories. This just reminds me
Mhm.
when you were talking about working out at home, or because I know you work out at home. Put a
Yeah.
poll on my Instagram stories where I asked if people work out at home, at a gym, or a mix of both. And it was surprising to me to have a few people who work out at both that I never knew worked out uh, at home and at the gym. A couple of
Oh.
people, like specifically, who I've been acquainted with for quite a while, that I assume they only trained at home. And one of them, we
Oh.
got into just a little bit of like a DM conversation about how interesting it is that, or just like an observation that people assume sometimes. So I've talked to clients and prospective clients before who have asked the question about, can I achieve my goals working out at home, only working out at
Mhm.
home, because that's all that I have and whatnot. And some of that, like, belief that you can't achieve particular goals or get stronger or whatnot working out at home, and that could be its own episode in and of itself.
Mhm.
Some of that belief, I think, comes from looking, like, assuming that what you see on social media pretty much tells you, like, okay, well, whenever that person posts videos, they're always in a gym. And I
Mm.
was part of that crowd, not part of the crowd who believed that you can't get strong at home. For, again, a handful of the people that responded that they worked out both, I've never seen them post anything working out at home or referencing that they ever have trained at home.
Huh.
And yeah, I just, a couple of them, like, again, we just got into like an exchange where I was just like, yo, that's because these are both coaches. So it's
Mhm.
like, yo, just some unsolicited opinion here. It would probably be helpful, knowing the crowd that you work with. Like, it would probably be helpful just to once in a great while, like, mention that or post that, because that
Yeah.
sometimes people will form their assumption that, okay, well, if, you know, that person, they don't do any work at home or anything like that. So I don't know. It was just an interesting, it was just a thought that I had as I was going through the results on that. And actually, let me see what, yeah, it was 41% said I go to a gym, 36% said I have a home gym, and then 23% it was a mix of both. And I don't
Hmm.
remember how many people responded. I just screenshotted the percentages. So, yeah, it's a decent amount. I mean, a quarter of the people doing a
Yeah.
little bit of a mix of both. So I thought, yeah, I thought that was interesting. I think it happens. I think there's more people that do stuff at home who also have gym memberships than people would think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It makes sense. Sometimes you just want access to more or like a change of scenery or like when I had the gym membership, I wanted other cardio equipment that I didn't
Mhm.
have. Like I'm not going to buy an elliptical.
You wanted to stare at the wall, that
That
machine
was
that
a
you
different
go
gym.
off. Okay.
But yeah, that was the climbing gym. When I had the gym, then I could actually
Mhm.
watch TVs and people, working
Yeah.
out.
Like, I have my setup here, and people think that I work out at home more often than I do. I think only because whenever I'm posting something, this is what's in the background.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't. I think I worked out at home on today's Tuesday. So that would have been yesterday. Yeah, I worked out at home Monday
Mm.
for the first time in probably a month, maybe even more. I don't know.
Wow.
I just wasn't feeling, we were just coming back from travel, which I'll go through in my update, but I just wasn't feeling like going into the gym. I really just wanted to train at home and keep it super
Yeah.
simple, take my time and not have to really drive anywhere. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool. But yeah.
Super
Oh,
convenient. Yeah. So tell us about the trip.
yeah. All right. So yeah, that's my main update. We went down. So myself, my wife, and my son, we went down to Alabama to go see both my parents, and then it was family weekend at University of Alabama, where my daughter is a sophomore for reference. And I think just about every college has a family weekend. I'm almost positive
Yeah, I think so.
that I'm aware, most colleges that I'm aware of have some sort of a family weekend. And then
Mhm.
that also, if you have like a son or a daughter who's in like Greek life, so fraternity or sorority, that typically is their like mom's and dad's weekend or parents weekend or whatever it may be too. My daughter is not in a sorority. However, that stuff always kind of coincides with it being the University of Alabama and an SEC school. Then that coincides typically with a football game. And my
Mhm.
son is a massive Alabama football fan. Like as of a few
Yeah.
years ago, um, he and my wife and my in-laws had gone down to Alabama to see my parents. So for those that are not aware, I am a coach and then I also have a full-time career in retail. So traveling around the holidays is basically like not a thing at all.
Yeah.
So it was Thanksgiving ish time. And so they went down, stayed with my parents. And I think this was like a few years ago. Auburn and Alabama always play on Thanksgiving weekend, and it's called the Iron Bowl. And
Oh.
it is a, um, to say it's a heated rivalry is wildly under, like, it's, that's an understatement. That's the word I was looking for. It's a
Yeah.
massive understatement. Auburn and Alabama, like the hate is real, like very real. Like it makes like some current feelings on different sides of the political aisle seem somewhat tolerable.
Wow.
It's awful. Yeah,
That's
it's pretty bad.
crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, Mace saw that game because it was on at my parents' house, and that's where he just, as soon as he got a taste of seeing that game and like all the hype around it, he was sold on Alabama football. So he's Michigan
Mhm.
State, just because I went there, and then also Alabama, and I by proxy. My parents grew up in Alabama, so I'm kind of always been like a secondhand Alabama fan, and now I have a kid there.
Yeah.
So anyways, so we got a chance to hang with my parents, and then we went to the Alabama Vanderbilt game. But the coolest part about like the whole experience was that we got a chance to go to ESPN College Game Day. So for those who might not be
Ooh.
familiar, during the college football season, every Saturday morning, ESPN picks like one pretty high profile college game to go to, and they do a live broadcast of their college game day um,
Hmm.
show. And it's typically about 3 to 4 hours on that particular morning. So they set up the whole show on the campus, like somewhere on campus. So this year, it's Pat McAfee, who is a massive, massive like media personality in the sports world. You got Nick Saban, who's basically like considered the greatest college coach of all time and happened to coach at the University of Alabama for like 20 years or 17 years. I can't remember what it was. Then you've got a
Dang.
couple of other really big names. So basically, the whole ESPN like setup moves into that college town for the day. And when Ava had told us that College Game Day was going to be live from there, I was like, Mace, you want to go? And he's like, yep, I want to go. So I was trying to walk him through the logistics of, okay, so here's what that's going to mean.
Uh-huh.
Because the show itself starts at 8 a.m.
Mhm.
and the pit, which is basically the area right behind the stage. So they set up in the quad, like the middle of campus. They're the way they set this up is genius. So they basically have like the whole set and whatnot, and there's the commentators on the stage, and then you have the whole crowd behind them. And the main thing is like people make like really funny
Oh.
signs to make fun of players and all this other stuff. And usually like personalities will stop by. Like they had Theo Vaughn, I think, on this time. That's a whole
Mhm.
different story. But so the show starts at 8. The gates the the gates to get into the pit, I think, were supposed to open at 6:30 a.m. I
Mhm.
want to say, and yeah, at 6:30 a.m. And the pit is like not very big,
Yeah.
and so. And for reference, we're staying at my parents' house, which is about 75 miles from campus.
Oh.
Yeah, so you know where this is going.
I
So I
do.
walked yeah, so I walked him through the logistics
Mm.
of, okay, if you wanna do this, then we're basically looking at generally, we would need to leave my parents' house no later than 3:45 in the morning. Like,
Mhm.
we would have to in order to get in line. My wife was coming with us, but then just gonna go crash with my daughter at her apartment because they were not all about like standing outside starting at like 5 o'clock in the morning and
Yeah.
being there all day because the show goes until noon and the game doesn't start till 2:30.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
However, we made it happen. So we got up. Well, we got up. We were all up by 3:15, but yeah, we left around 3:45 in the morning from my parents' house, got down to Tuscaloosa. Mace and I at first like got in line, and there are already kids because this is like college focused. Okay, this is not focused on
Mhm.
adults. This is focused on college kids. So it was super clear that there had been kids since like the previous morning who had been camping out there, um,
Wow.
and it was it was hilarious because there's already at least 150 people in line when we got there an hour before the gates were supposed to even open to let people into the pit. So
Mhm.
basically did like some quick math and I was like, there's no way that we're going to get a spot in the pit. We can possibly get a spot along like the sides, basically.
Mhm.
So we just took a chance and we ended up being basically like 3 rows from the front of like the side, basically. I'm not doing a
Hmm.
great job of describing it, but whole experience was super cool. Mace made a sign. So he was
Mhm.
able to um, he knew that he had gotten like on TV a bunch of times and his friends were like screenshotting ESPN and like sending it to him like, yo, I see you and all that stuff. So
That's
it
so
was,
cool as a kid.
yeah, it was pretty cool. It definitely though, I definitely like cemented my unk status for sure because I I'm sitting there and I'm in the middle. I am in the middle of like frat row central for
Mhm.
sure. And I'm having like massive flashbacks. Massive flashbacks. I'm like, what in the world? Because there's definitely like a group of like 6 to 7 dudes up in the front. like 2 rows ahead of us because we're pretty close to the front, and they are like
Mhm.
lit beyond belief. Then it was hilarious all the way around. They got like the Bluetooth like boom box going while they're waiting for stuff to start, and then they bring a DJ in, and it was pretty cool experience just all the way around. So just
Mhm.
happy that he got a chance to actually experience that. But he
Yeah.
yeah, he was hurting by the time we were done. Like hurting because the game, like I said, the game didn't start till 2:30.
Right.
And so we got to campus around, like 5:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
And by the time we ended up getting back to my parents' house, like game after the game's done, got to get back to the car, got to get through traffic, all that stuff. I think we finally laid down around 9:30 that night.
Wow.
So yeah, so pretty legit time, but for sure, like shout out ESPN College Game Day. If you get a chance, if you're truly like want to experience like what it's all about, and you get to check out you get to really see behind the scenes of how they
Mhm.
produce the show and different things like that, because every now and then they go live for one of the commentators or whatnot. And they've got the sky cam like coming through all the time, and like the crowd's going crazy and all that stuff. So it is definitely it's definitely something that I think for him, if he like knew what a whole bucket list sort of thing really really was, he would
Mhm.
definitely say that that was a bucket list item. So it was very cool experience. So just happy to be able to do something like that, and then obviously like get back home safely, which is
Yeah.
always nice because there were a couple of accidents on the way back.
Oh
So
god.
yeah, always reminds me. I'm like, people, I hope that people are truly grateful that they are able to get back home, like whether it's just going around town or if it's on a trip, because I have yet to go on a trip and not see an accident. It's yet
Yeah. I
like
feel
that,
like it's
especially
gotten
that
worse.
drive. What's that?
Mhm. I feel like it's gotten worse, or maybe I'm just like I am more it's more accessible for all of us to know when there are accidents.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just tough. That's why I truly like do my best to never get super frustrated when there's a delay or a backup, because I
Mhm.
don't know like what's happening up ahead of me. And then God forbid if I see like it's an accident, then I'm like, whew, that's well, good thing we were delayed. Like I'm not saying like that I wish that on anyone. It's just one of those like I always remind myself like the delays typically aren't just because somebody was like, "Yeah, let's stop traffic for a while." Like there's usually a reason, you know? So just
I
try and
mean, it does
look.
depend. There is that the chain reaction was when someone breaks and then it
Yeah.
slows everyone down, and then there's no reason, it's just someone was braking,
Yeah.
which happens a lot in the mountains because people get scared, like
I can understand that. There's a bridge from it's got to be Kentucky into Illinois. Do I have my geography right? Yes. So
Hmm.
from Kentucky into Illinois, we had to we took a little bit of a different route. Shout out Apple Maps for rerouting us a little bit because there was a huge backup on one of the highways. So it gave us, how it pops
Oh,
up that, hey, would you like
yeah,
to take
yeah,
this turn? You could say it was like you could save 31 minutes. I was like, yes,
yeah.
please. But there is this bridge from Kentucky into Illinois. I've never taken this route before. I think it was to get on to like 24. And this thing was so narrow and it was
Ooh, I hate a
unreal.
narrow
The
bridge,
speed
hate
limit
'em.
was 25, and that even felt too fast because it was one of
Wow.
those, however they made whatever grooves are in the road, no matter how slow you go, you feel like you're just moving left. Like it was
Yes.
so odd. It was so,
Ooh,
it was so odd.
don't
I
like
was
that.
like, this is not my chosen method, but we'll roll with it. So, anyways, all right. So those are my travel updates.
I
So
have a quick
good to go
question
here. Sure.
about Mace.
Yeah.
Is he still doing his podcast? Is it still going?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Nope. He did his last episode. I want to say it was maybe first or second week in August. He had just
Oh.
he kept it going through the summer because he did every other week, and then I had asked him about when he was going to record one particular week, and he just essentially, like, overall summary, he was just like, it's just not really fun anymore. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
And when he had gotten started, I tried to make a really conscious effort to try to find the right harmony of, I mean, your
Mm,
average like 10, 11, 12, 13-year old, like if you just go with like whenever they feel like doing anything, the chances
yeah.
of anything consistently getting done is probably never going to happen.
Right.
So I try to find the right harmony between like push a little bit, and also
Mhm.
like, this is not a me thing. This is when you like, this is your thing. Um, and I could just feel that he just like, he wasn't into it at all anymore. So the
Mhm.
only thing that I did basically say, like, listen, you have to at least do like a, okay, this is the last episode sort of thing. Like, you can't just,
Yeah.
please don't just stop doing it. Like, sign off or do
Ghost
something like
everyone.
that. Yes. I think his last episode was all of like maybe 2 minutes at the most. He was like, I
Wow.
have an announcement. This is my last episode. So thanks for listening. Okay, bye. Like, basically, he was just like, all right, whatever. And then went back to like playing video games. But yeah,
Very efficient.
he did. How many episodes did he end up doing? And we'll
He did
get
a
into our,
lot, right?
yeah, we'll get into our topic real quick because it's going a little longer than thought. Yeah, he did 120 episodes. Yeah, he did
Wow.
120 episodes, and yeah, just looking on Apple Podcasts, he ended up with 125 ratings. Like, he did really well. He had over, I haven't
He has
looked,
so many more
since
ratings
then.
than we do.
Oh yeah, he's got more than I do on Help Me Understand. I think Help Me Understand, I have like 40 something. And he was at
Wow.
over, he for sure was at over 30,000 downloads for sure
Dang.
when he stopped. So, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, one day he will hopefully like be able to understand like the small percentage of podcasters that he was in, because
Yeah.
that is not normal. Not normal
No.
at all. So anyways, all
Mm.
right, let's get into
All
our topic.
right.
All right.
Continue with part 2. So, if you did not listen to last episode, episode 61, we talked about our favorite and least favorite exercises. Last time, what did we cover? Squat, hinge, push. I think that's all we got through before
Yep.
my microphone malfunctioned.
Right.
So we're gonna go through pull, explosives, core, and then cardio. Which cardio will be interesting because neither of us thought about it beforehand. So it'll be off the cuff.
Yeah. That's
So,
an easy one for me. Yeah.
well, yeah, we know you hate running.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get it rolling. So, pull movements, your favorite.
Yep, my favorite is pull-ups. They're just a classic. And I mean, it comes mostly from my climbing background. Like getting my first pull-up was
Oh yeah.
so exciting for climbing and just like, stereotypically women can't do pull-ups as much. So it's really cool to be able to still do them even though I don't climb anymore. And yeah, I mean, everyone loves a good back, so
True. And in bodybuilding, they say shows are won from the back. So
oh,
there you
I
go.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, for
pull-ups, they're my
dudes,
number 1.
yeah. For the ladies, we're talking glutes also. So, anyways.
Oh, that does make sense.
Okay. And then my favorite was single arm rowing movements. So there's just something about a good heavy single arm row, typically a little more horizontal action versus like a vertical. But yeah,
Yeah,
I love a heavy, especially like a heavy dumbbell row. I'm all about that. In fact, I
you just
just
did
did
them today.
those today. Yeah, I was gonna say, in fact, I just did those today. Yeah. And as I had mentioned with like hinging movements like RDLs and things like that, I am going to I'm going to be more attracted to movements that I can load heavy for me. So that
Mhm,
feels really good. Like today, this week is basically an intro week for the current program that I'm doing. So I basically, what I do is I dial back the intensity a little bit.
mhm.
So single arm rowing, like a 95-pound dumbbell without having to use grips, like it just feels good. Just it does. So I'm cool with that. So yeah, give me a single arm row every day. I'll go with that. That's my favorite. All right. Least
Nice.
favorite.
Least favorite. This one was an easy one. The lateral raise is
Yeah.
my one of my most hated exercises ever because it never gets easier. It's so hard to progress because you have to take the smallest steps.
Facts.
And if you're
Facts.
using dumbbells, like, the jump from 10 to 15 is massive.
True.
So, you really need, like, a 12.5 in there, which, if you're at a Globo gym, you probably have access to. If not, then it's like, I don't know. Um, and then obviously they have other variations of, like, the cable machine, and those just always feel so unstable to me, like,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's like I can't, like, keep my wrist up. It, like, dangles.
Yeah.
And then it just, like, I don't know, it just feels so weird and not right. Like, no
Yeah.
matter where I set up, the sweeping motion is, like, not smooth.
Not working.
No, and then
Well,
it's always hard still.
mine is the same. So you reminded me, like lateral
Yeah.
raise, basically, it would basically be the same and basically for the same reasons. But what I will add is a couple of tips. One, there are these fractional weights or clip on weights, basically,
Mhm.
from a company called July Body, like July Body.
Oh,
And they are in um, 1 point, maybe 1.2, 1.25 pound increments, and they
okay.
can clip right on. I don't have them here. I actually leave them at my cubby at the gym just in case anybody needs to use them. But they clip on the inside of the dumbbell, like the where your hand goes. So it'd be on
Okay.
either side of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
hand, and you can add anywhere from 1.25 to 2.5 on that dumbbell.
Ooh.
So if anybody is experiencing that, which that's very, very common,
Mhm.
they're an investment. I don't remember how much they cost me, but they're not like $20. Like they're an investment. But I believe Shannon Collins, who goes by the Gym Nurse on Instagram,
Hmm,
has a discount code for those. And I think if you just
that's
type in
sweet.
her name, the Gym Nurse, you can get those. But they're an investment and they're worth it. So that's one for the folks who are like, I have
Yeah.
10-pound dumbbells and I have 15. Very common. And then second thing is for lateral raise stuff with the cables. Get I do this myself. I recommend getting the ankle straps that you would
Mm,
use for like glute kickbacks or whatnot,
yeah.
and using those, and you can either wrap them around your wrist and then you can clip that
Oh,
to the attachment and raise that way, or putting your hand through them and like just gripping it with your hand, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So that's another. I was looking around because I actually, yeah, I think I have my gym bag not too far, but that's a recommendation too. Because the lateral raises, I feel you where you're coming from with that, and especially as I've been working through,
Mhm.
like when my shoulder impingement was really bad and whatnot, it just sucked because I just couldn't really do a whole lot with those. In fact, they're in my program tomorrow, and I have 4 sets of them, which is more than I've done before. But I'm going
Oh
to keep them
god.
pretty light. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm testing. I'm going to be doing a decent amount of testing, like bringing up more volume for
Mhm.
upper body pressing this month, and see just how that rocks out. We'll see.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It didn't. It was okay Monday because I
Mhm.
did like chest press and Arnold press. So it was okay, but not great. But I didn't have
Oh.
any pain today, but it felt
Oh,
uncomfortable
that's good.
afterwards yesterday, but nothing this morning at all. So
Oh,
it's very
okay.
odd. Yeah, it was just odd. So
That's really common with, like, running stuff. Or, like,
yeah.
like, if you have an injury, you go running, it's like you feel it during that and maybe afterwards, but
Mhm.
usually, like, the guidance my PT usually gives me, like, when I've had injuries, if it would resolved within 24 hours, like, the next day, like you're saying, you don't feel it
Yeah.
anymore, then, like, you're making good progress, and obviously, like, the discomfort is just, like, your body getting used to doing what you were doing before again.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be the case. We'll see. Because for the last
Yeah.
2 to 3 months, I had written my program to have minimal pushing and pressing, like just not as much in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see after this first week. I may dial it back a little bit because I'm going to be going heavier. So I may bring the volume itself down, so not as many sets. But this week I'm starting with more sets than usual, but I'm going a lot lighter. So we'll see how
Hmm.
it plays out. Okay. Plyometric slash explosive movements. Your favorite.
Yeah. My favorite is a pogo hop.
Mhm.
Um, if anyone has ever watched any YouTube video of a runner doing strength, you've probably seen pogo hops. They're the ones where you try to keep your legs pretty straight and leg or knees and ankles pretty straight, and you kind of just like slap the ground and try to jump as high as you can
Mhm.
um, to work on the elasticity of your Achilles. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but hopefully people know what I'm trying to say. Your like springiness. Um, so it's really helpful for running. I also just find it really fun. Ty thinks it's really funny. He can always tell when I'm doing them because he can hear me in the garage just bouncing around. So it always makes me laugh because he's like, "This is my favorite exercise." But yeah,
That's
really enjoy
funny.
them. Yeah, you can do double leg, you can do single leg. You
Mhm.
can make it easier with like if you wrap a band around a rack and use that to take some weight off as you're jumping, so it's not like your full weight um, coming down as you're absorbing.
Oh, I know. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
to
you
picture
like
that for a
pull
second.
the band
Where
a
it's
little
from
bit.
the top and doing the jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Okay.
if you were
Yes.
doing like a banded pull up. Um,
I used to follow a program that had, well, they had squat jumps in there like that. And I felt like
ooh,
I was like, I am a grasshopper.
yes.
I have so much vert right now. And then I remembered I am not a grasshopper. And
Yeah.
the band was giving me an unfair advantage. But yeah.
Yeah, the band is nice, especially if, like, you wanna do some, but you don't wanna overdo it, like, if you're easing into it or, like, coming back from
Mhm.
injury or something, or, like, if you wanna try I use it mostly for single leg because single leg is, like going from double leg to single leg is pretty aggressive, um, especially with as much as I run. So, it's really nice for that, and then obviously, like, with a band, you can use the different, uh what am I trying to say? Not thickness.
Resistance.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's the
Okay.
word. Different
Okay.
resistance, like, because the thicker ones will give you more help, obviously, with,
Yeah.
like, any banded exercise you do, and you can adjust it with, like, how tight you hold it. So, like, if you hold it looser, it'll help you less. There's just a lot of adjustments and tweaks you can do, and they're very helpful for running. So,
Facts. All
yeah,
right. Let's see. My favorite was kettlebell swing. So
also
if I remember correctly, I was like, if Kelly says that I can't use that one because it's more of a, it's also primarily like a hinging movement, then I was going to go to
nah,
box jumps if I had to. But yeah, kettlebell swings, like them again, very similar to single arm row because you have access to a super heavy kettlebell. I think we have like a 105-ish pound kettlebell, so getting like some heavy
whoa.
swings in there. I like hinging movements also, so I'm partial to hinging movements and that explosion, like that posterior chain movement. Um, and yeah, there's not really a whole lot else I can say. I just really like a good kettlebell swing. Power.
They
It
are a
feels like
classic.
power too.
It does feel like power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I also like them. They were
that's my
my runner-up.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that there's some variations that can be done too. Like you can do single arm. There's like single arm rotational swings that are really cool. Um, and even like an actual like rotation swing where it's almost like like a half circle. So yeah, there's just a lot of
Mm,
different things that can be done there. So I'm a big fan of those. All right.
me too.
Least
Alright,
favorite
least
plyo or
favorite.
explosive. Yeah.
So mine is box jumps, um,
Okay. Fair.
for a couple reasons. One, I'm just really bad at them. I can't jump very high, and
Fair
it
enough.
it feels so hard to get any height. Um, and obviously part of that is because I don't do them because I don't like them, so I'm not getting better at them. There was a time where I was doing them a lot and I got up to 30 inches, which was one of the most exciting times of my life. I still have the video.
That's legit. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was so excited. The other reason I hate them is partially due to the equipment I have. We talked about it, I think, when I bought it. I have a wooden box.
Yeah.
Um, so you all know where I'm going with this. If you mess up a box jump on a wooden box, your
Yeah.
shins are going to be shredded,
Not a good
or
time.
like a fall is just gonna hurt a lot.
Right.
Um, yeah, the time when I did like box jumps, I had access to the softer boxes. So they were nice because if you mess it up, it's just like not, risk isn't high unless, you somehow like go over it and
Yeah.
tumble. But again, my highest jump was 30 inches. So like it's not like those
Right.
videos you see people jumping like twice their height or something.
Yeah, with, like, all the
So yeah.
plates stacked up and stuff.
Oh my God. Those video I love them, but it's also terrifying because I'm like,
I agree.
if you mess this up,
Yeah.
that's not good. Anyway,
That's
so
fair.
box jumps, least favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is burpees. Just
Yeah.
yeah, mine is burpees.
Valid.
I don't really program them much anymore unless I've got somebody who needs to stay ready for being able to do CrossFit specifically.
Mm.
Even in the programming that I do for this program called FitWad at my gym, um, which has a CrossFit component to it, like my gym does. I'll program up downs instead of burpees, which up downs would be what CrossFit enthusiasts would call like a half burpee because your chest is not going all the way to the ground. Uh,
Okay.
so I'll program those if need be, just because the folks who are doing the FitWad program occasionally want to do the CrossFit Metcons. So I want to make sure they're at least doing something that's transferable.
Mhm.
But yeah, just burpees, no. Um, I would rather not do them. And they also gas me just a lot. They gas me a lot. Like the CrossFit Games one year, and the CrossFit Open one year had 7 minutes of burpees as the workout. Like that was the whole workout. Just 7 minutes of burpees. Yeah, as many burpees as you can do in 7 minutes. And I was like, yeah,
No.
that's
I've
not
done
fun.
that for 1 minute, and that was enough.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no fun. So that would be my least favorite, hands down.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yep.
Awful.
All right. Moving to core and cardio. So core movement, your favorite core movement.
Core/carry is the
Oh
category.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and even though I've technically had 2 more weeks to actually think of an answer, I still don't have a favorite.
Okay.
I don't like core. Carries are alright. I just don't really do them that often. So, if I don't remember what I said last time. So,
Yeah, I
if
can't remember.
I had to say something that I like that is core, what I've been doing most frequently, which actually doesn't mean it's my favorite because I kind of hate it. I've been doing hanging leg raises because again, another exercise I really suck at. I find them very challenging. So I
Okay.
don't really like them that much, but I do them the most. And I'm excited to see progress in them. So
For some reason, I
hanging
feel
stuff
like
is
you'd
hard.
like a good wall sit, like a weighted wall sit.
Oh, I do like a wall sit.
I don't
I
know
never
why that.
really
Yeah,
think about that as a
in my
core.
head, I was like, I feel like Kelly would like a heavy wall sit. Yeah, definitely core.
I Yeah, I am partial to a wall sit.
There we go. Okay, well, there's a little something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I'm
I
sure
just feel
there's
like
ones I like, I
hold,
just huh?
like a wall sit or like a hollow body hold.
Oh, don't like those. Hate
No,
them.
okay. All right, we'll stick with.
No.
I should have quit at wall sit. Okay, gotcha.
A wall sit is
Okay.
yeah. Or I
Uh,
do like Copenhagen's when the knee is on the bench.
so do you consider Copenhagen more core or more lower
Adductor.
body, like adductor? I've programmed
I would
them
say
keeping both in mind. I've programmed them as core and I've programmed them as adductor work specifically. It's basically I pick what it's I just basically change yeah, this is a core movement today because I need a core movement, or this is an
mhm.
adductor movement because I need an adductor movement. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. I usually think of it more as a core.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is as I build my workout, we talked about this a few times, but as I build my workouts, I usually have like 3 supersets
Hmm.
if I'm feeling adventurous that day. The
Hmm.
first 2 supersets cover like my push, pull, squat, hinge. And then
Yeah.
the last one is like whatever I can muster myself to do out of like core calf raises,
Yeah.
like kind of accessory, I guess you would say. So that's where the Copenhagen's fall. So I consider them my core if I do
That's
them. Yeah.
all right. Well, mine is any sort of loaded carry. Like that is my
Mm.
favorite core of all time. Any sort of loaded carry, whether it be a farmer carry where weights are down at your sides, whether it be an overhead carry, whether it be an offset carry where you've got one that's say like up overhead and one racked on the shoulder or one down below. Marcus Philly is a programmer that uses those a lot, and there's actually he has a variation called the Philly carry, which
Mhm.
is basically just an offset carry. I like heavy carries. We've got like a heavy sandbag. I think it's like 150-pound sandbag or something like that at the gym. So like grabbing that and just putting that into like a bear hug and holding that or walking with that.
Oh.
In the previous program that I had for my gym, we had like goblet hold carries. Like
Mm.
so just carries of all kinds, loaded carries. I think those are I really dig those. Again, common theme here. You can go heavy, and I don't know. They're just something that feels like really, really strong about being able to take heavy things and be able to move them
Mhm.
across a gym or across a floor or a parking lot or whatever. Just doing loaded carries is really cool. So that'd be my favorite core work for sure.
Good choice.
Yep. All right. So
All
least
right.
favorite core exercise.
My least favorite is a side plank with abduction. So, for anyone who's unfamiliar, you get into a side plank position and
Yeah.
then your top leg, well, the
Oh,
hardest variation is you keep your top leg straight and raise it up so you're like a star kind
yeah.
of.
Are you talking with a resistance band, like around
No.
the
I mean,
ankles
I
or
guess
what?
that
Oh,
would be the
okay.
hardest.
Yeah.
I'm just talking body
Can
weight.
confirm sucks. Yeah.
Even without a band. I've never
Yeah.
tried a band, but, like, I
It's not
can't do
fun.
many of those. No.
I can
They're
agree
so
with that.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed. My least favorite would be toes to bar. So, which is
Yeah,
a
another good choice.
CrossFit focused movement. And I mentioned this the first take we did on this, heavily biased by the fact that just with everything that I had gone through with my shoulder, I just at this point just can't. I'm not in a position to really like rock like say 10 in a row like I used to be able to,
Mhm.
unless I want to be in extreme discomfort later on. So it's just not worth it. And also just the with my physical size, it's not a great idea for me for me to do at all. So I like toes to bar, but like I like the movement itself, but right now it's got to
Mhm.
be my least favorite, just because I'm somewhat limited in being able to do them
Yeah,
consistently. So
that's fair.
yeah. All right.
Alright, cardio.
Finale,
The
cardio.
finale.
All right. So your favorite form of cardio?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 responses. Obviously, I love running, but if
Hmm.
we're
Yeah.
talking about things cardio you do in a gym,
Yeah.
it's not running.
Sure. What would that be?
Hate a treadmill.
Okay.
I would have to choose an elliptical.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The
Okay.
elliptical, I like it because it feels kind of like you're running, but it's not as hard. Obviously, elliptical can get very hard if you want it to be.
Right.
Um, I find it easier to, like, watch something or, like, if I need to actually, no. I was gonna say if I needed to be on my phone, I could do that, but I really can't on the elliptical. It's
Yeah.
very hard to balance on those. Um, yeah, if I were I mean, that's what I used to use my gym membership for. I'd go an elliptical when I
Yeah.
wanted to cross train. Um, so yeah, that'd be my
Okay.
favorite in gym cardio.
In gym cardio.
Wait, I'm gonna switch up my answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose swimming laps.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that
Can
pools
respect that.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it often at all, but I always really enjoyed it when I did it. Also very challenging, in a different way, but it just feels nice being in water and, like, not weight bearing, and
I had
it's nice
forgotten all
because
about that even being an option. Yeah.
I know, me too, and I was thinking about, like, the landscape of my gym or, like, the format,
Yeah.
layout, that's the word I'm looking for, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, there's a pool that I, like, never used when I had that membership," but, yeah, back when I was injured at one point in time from running, I would
Okay.
swim quite a bit, so, yeah, my choice, swimming laps.
Okay. This is an easy one for me. Mine is the ski erg for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never actually done
Really.
that.
Yeah. Really, really enjoy it. It is, yeah, I really enjoy the ski erg. Rowing would be a very, very close second.
Hmm,
So yeah, rowing is a very close second. But yeah, the ski erg, if I have my choice between basically bike, ski, run, or row, then I'll take
mhm,
the ski erg every time.
hmm,
I just like, yeah, I like that it's a little bit of upper body, it's a little bit of core, not much lower body movement happening, but it's something where I can go for a while at a little bit of a lower intensity, or can really like just go crazy, super fast, high intensity. Like it's an easy way to get my heart rate up and then just take a break for a little while. And yeah,
hmm,
yeah, big fan of the ski erg. So I'm
nice.
just
I
fortunate that
forgot
we
that
have access
existed.
to one. Yeah,
Yeah.
fortunate that we have one. So, all right, least favorite for you.
Least favorite, mine would be rowing, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
I just I find it so boring. You
Hmm.
can't watch anything that you wanna watch on it, you can only watch whatever's around you. I also
There are holders available, by the way. Just a heads up.
Oh,
For like concept twos and stuff like that. There's a clip
really?
that'll go on yeah, just if anybody's ever looking to invest, they have a
Just
clip
tells
that
you
can
how
go
long it's been since I've rowed.
on. That's fair. Well, you don't see them often at all. Like
Oh,
not at all.
okay.
Yeah, but there are holders that you can get and
Huh.
clip onto the top of a concept too. But anyways,
Well, that would be nice. I also feel like it's one of those things, the movement, you either get into the flow or you don't, and when you get out of the flow, it just feels really weird, you know?
yeah.
And then I spend too much mental power trying to get back in the flow and then just overthinking each movement. It just, like, gets really clunky, It's supposed to be, like, nice and fluid, but I'm like, "Okay, extend the legs, then pull the arms," or whatever. And it's just like yeah.
Yeah, I it's a tough one for me because I see so many people in commercial gyms doing it just completely wrong. I mean,
Right. Like, there's
really.
a technique.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. And I don't even know how to quite describe it, but it's just this very lazy, like,
Oh, I know
it's,
exactly what
you know,
you're
okay.
talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
And yeah, it's bad. All right. So moving on. My least
Yeah.
favorite, it's going to be running. I mean, that's no shock to
Yeah.
anybody at all. Don't enjoy it. Um, yeah, I don't enjoy it. 0 out of 5 stars. Do not recommend. Can't stand it. Yeah, do it if I have to, but, I literally
Not
will
by choice.
take any other option if
Yeah.
I can. So, yeah,
That's fair. It's not for
that's all.
everyone.
No, it's not. Just like, the bike is not for everyone or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I just I don't dig it. I try to stay um, in good enough condition that if I need to bust out like a 400 ish,
Mhm.
then I'm good. Haven't done the mile thing in a while. However, the more and more that I get more and more seasoned with
Mhm.
another year, I do see the value of being able to always have the ability to run a mile without stopping, being something that should be in the fitness tool belt, like as
Mm.
a basic, be able to run 1 mile without stopping. I think that's something that anyone, everyone who has the ability, like who is able bodied, I guess, if that's
Mhm.
the right term, and I apologize if it's not, uh, that everyone should try to shoot to have the ability to do for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Just so perhaps I'll put that on the 2026 list is to
Run
do like a
mild.
a mile a month, you know,
Yeah.
just do like a mile every month, just to be like, yep, still got it, you know,
Yeah.
for real. Cause yeah, not a fan, not a fan at all, which is no shock to
Yeah.
anyone who has listened to any more than 3 minutes of this podcast before. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
all right.
expected.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got through the list
We did it.
about right on time here. So,
I know. Look at us.
let's see. I don't think there's anything else. Um,
No. If the people would like to give us their thoughts,
oh yeah.
favorites, least favorites, you can send them to us on Instagram at Lifting Running Living Pod, or you can tag us in your stories or wherever you want to post it. Or you can email us at liftingrunnинglivingpod@gmail.com. As a reminder, if you're a bot, please don't email us anymore. Leave a rating and review. Only if
All
they're good.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, that's going to wrap up another episode of Lifting, Running, and Out Here Living with your favorite coaches. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.